Hello, I'm Sophia Mitropoulos. I'm an artist. Welcome to my channel. I asked my patrons on Patreon what video I should make today, and there was not a unanimous vote, but they said that they want to see some digital drawings. So today we're doing digital drawings on the iPad. I am going to be using Procreate, which was recently updated to Procreate 5. I haven't used Procreate 5 yet, so I'm not really sure what most of the new features are. I haven't had a chance to really explore it and get to know what's going to happen, but I am pretty excited to do it. So today we're just going to do a couple of fun little drawings. I'll show you my process, the things I like to use, and yeah, let's get started. If you want to be able to vote on what my videos are going to be, if you're interested, if you're so inclined, my Patreon is linked in the description below. It's new. Come join us. It's a very small squad. We hang out. I ask questions. You leave comments. Anyway, let's get started. Welcome to the voiceover, y'all. I didn't really come into this with any plans, but I decided to start with kind of a similar vibe that I went for in my autumn Arteza painting video. I started making this little pumpkin, and I thought maybe I would make like a cute little sticker pack, or I don't know, just like a couple of fall vibes. Originally, my plan was to do these digital drawings for Redbubble, but ultimately, I think the drawings that came out of it were really just like more of loose warm-ups than they were of commercially sellable designs. So instead, I'm just going to kind of talk you through my process and the things that I've been thinking about when I do digital drawings. I haven't really been doing many recently, so that's why I feel a little rusty for these. So I'm excited to have been busting them out again. But something that I've been trying more recently is creating texture in my digital drawings. I think it's really easy for me to kind of create a shape and fill it with solid color and think that that's good, but a lot of what you lose there is the texture of coloring it in. So even though it seems kind of ridiculous to color in a digital drawing, it does give that a little extra texture. So that's something that I've been thinking about recently, but I moved on from the leaves because I wasn't really a fan. So I thought, let me try some sort of odd bodies thing. I didn't use a reference for any of these, so they really are just loose kind of conceptual sketches. Sometimes I do these loose conceptual sketches and they come out okay. Usually they're just jumping off points for a future better drawing or get scrapped altogether, in all honesty. So for this one, I was just kind of playing around with a muted color palette, and I was just trying to make this girl chillin'. Again, I'm like playing with texture, trying to figure out how to get texture to look the way I want it to. I liked this one as I was working on it, but once it was done, I was like, yeah, it's not my strongest. I originally started this video thinking that I would make stickers for Redbubble, but usually what I like to do for Redbubble is a little bit more keyword optimized. And these were just very loose kind of sketches from my head, like things that came out of my head. And I also haven't really been drawing in this style. I've been trying to do Inktober variations. I've been trying to do Peachtober, but I've been working a lot at a new job, so I have really fallen behind, and I definitely have not been drawing as much as I told myself I would be at this point in time. So a lot of this was just kind of loosening up. For this one, I believe I used a fat tip marker brush from True Grit Texture Supply, which I will talk about a little bit more later. So when I draw portraits, especially from my brain, I usually just try to start with the head shape and then just fill in around it. I don't do these as much as I used to, like these kind of goofy drawings, but sometimes they're fun. So I did this goofy one. She's really struggling, but I kind of like it. It's kind of weird, but definitely a strange piece. And then I took a break and I came back, and now you can see my messy closet, so I apologize for that. I've been thinking about like plague doctor masks, which I really like, so I tried to draw that. It did not come out the way that I wanted to. They're incredibly hard to draw. I kind of kept making it look cute, and I wanted it to look kind of creepy. I didn't really strike the right balance there, but I tried a couple times. I couldn't really figure out how to do the hair underneath it because I wanted like a long-haired one, but the mask kind of covers it up, and then the neck, I couldn't figure it out. I don't really have a good sense of what those masks actually look like on a body, even though I had a reference image or a series of reference images. So I just tried and kind of failed, but that's okay. That's, you know, part of the process. I think these I did in a brush pen maybe, and you can tell because it's just a little bit of a smoother line. I love the brush pen, but I have to teach myself to break out of it because you lose texture when you do that. And then this one I did because I wanted to show you guys the kind of texture I do really like. I've been using textures from True Grit Texture Supply for a really long time. I love their stuff. I love the textures they put out. I think it's worth every penny. So I have a lot of their sets. These, I believe, are from the Lithotones set. And I just love halftones. I just love the aesthetic of halftones. I love how they look, how they feel, how they work, and having them in brush form is awesome. I just was playing around a lot with them. It looks kind of weird on the camera because the halftones get picked up in a weird way, but I had some fun with that. And then that face I kind of liked, so I was like, let me make another version of it, but my Procreate was kind of acting up. I do have an older iPad. I think it's the Generation 2 iPad Pro, so it's not the newest or even the second newest, I don't think. So sometimes it does crash a little bit on me. And also my Procreate is probably maxed out with all these ridiculous drawings, but I did my best. I worked on this little guy. He's a strange duck. Recently, I've just been trying to think about like letting myself make less meaningful work. I think I put a lot of pressure on myself and what my work should look like and be reflective of and how it should represent me, and I'm trying to just make stuff just to make stuff, which I think I used to be a lot better at, but recently I definitely have not been quite as good at. And then I did some hands with no reference at all because why not? And then I wrote you guys some love letters from my Procreate. So all my drawings feel bad today. That I pretty much have explained in the voiceover, but here's some brushes that I really do like. Most of the True Grit Texture Supply, which I already pointed out, we love them. Go to their website, check it out. This particular one that I'm using is from the Protest Letters pack. It has great texture. Then I put down a grit, so this is the grit. Sometimes stupid text like this is part of my process, but then also my iPad crashes and I can't figure it out, so it takes me a little while to adjust it. But there you go, part of my process. And then those are what the halftones look like, just so you can see some of them. And some of the built-in brushes that I like recently from Procreate are Tinderbox and Syrup. I also use the brush pen all the time, and Monoline is a sweet, near and dear baby girl. A lot of the adjustments that I make when I'm using them are mostly in the streamline. So anyway, thanks for watching. That was in the Joseki ink. I don't know if that's how you say it. I'm Sophia Mitropoulos, and I'll see you in the next one. And then there's me trying to get in the shot. Bye-bye.